Hi guys, Russ here from Wilson Land Cattle Company. Today we're going to put a freeze miser on our stock tank. This here's a freeze miser. I bought, it's an outdoor faucet freeze protector is what it is. I bought two of these a couple years ago and I couldn't make either one of them work. So I contacted the company here just about a month or so ago, and I told them what was going on. And I told them I threw them out. They just didn't work. So the company said, okay, we'll honor our warranty on that. So they sent me one in replacement of those two that I bought a couple of years ago, and I can't blame them. Maybe I should have contacted them, but it wouldn't shut down. It just wouldn't shut down. It flowed way too much water through. So what I want to do is I want to hook a Y on the bottom part of my tank. And as many of you know, I have a little needle valve here that I can turn on and off that lets the water flow out of the tank, or it keeps the water flowing. And I use the same principle as if you're living in an old drafty house. Whenever you want to bed at night, you always let the water drip to keep it from freezing. So it's basically the same principle. A piece of metal on the inside that expands and contracts to turn it on and off, and whenever the water temperature drops below 37 degrees, turns on and lets the water run, and then once it gets back up above 37 degrees, it shuts itself off. I'm not sure how I want to do it. I do know I want to put a brass valve here, or a brass T at the base of the tank, and then I want to mount this up here somehow. And I'm not sure how I want to do that yet. I'm going to have to think on this. While I'm thinking on this, I'm going to think on this tonight and see what I can come up with tomorrow. But please subscribe, like, comment, share with a friend, hit that notification bell. And I can't emphasize enough to share the videos, get the word out there that the channel's here so we can keep it strong and healthy. Okay guys, I slept on how we're going to hook this frost miser up in the tank. Sometimes you need to do that. Sometimes just walk away from a project and think about it for a bit, and then just kind of regroup and go from there. What we're going to do is we're going to use a piece of 55-gallon drum material. We're going to bolt it inside the tank here, and we'll use these two 45-degree elbows. Drill a hole in here, and then we'll clamp that on there, and then we'll run a short piece of hose from here down to here, and then we'll hook our freeze miser inside the tank here like so. So let's get started with that and see how it turns out. I think that's the route to go. So let's go ahead and drill a couple holes here, and I need to put an overflow in the tank as well. So we'll drill a 1-inch hole and put this in the side of the tank. That way we have an overflow. 2.8. I don't want to come down 2.8. Let's come down. Hey Pumpkin. Hey, how you doing, Toby? Thanks for coming in and saying hello to me. Yeah, you're a good girl. You're a good girl. Sometimes, huh? Sometimes you're a good girl. I know. The drill's so cold it doesn't want to work today. Got a hole there. Yep, that's perfect for that, for what we want to do. Just in case you're wondering, a 1-inch spade bit will make a hole big enough for a 3/4 inch male pipe thread. And then I use conduit nuts. It works well on 3/4 inch male pipe thread. It's not what it's meant for, but it seems to work okay. Now this doesn't have to be sealed up super watertight, but I want to put some Teflon tape in along here. That way when it sucks down on the tank, it will be waterproof. I suppose I could probably use silicone on that. Instead of pipe thread tape, but it's not super important that it doesn't leak. And then we'll be able to hook a hose on there and drain our water away from the tank site. I'm going to attach this on here with 2/4 inch bolts. For working on tanks, I just come up with these, and I'll be using these more often than just plain fender washers. Is stainless steel washer with a neoprene rubber inside. That way it will seal. I think it's a great option. A lot of times they're recommending to use an above the tank valve, and I don't care for those tanks or those valves that hang off the top of the tank. My bit's so Dalton. Here comes Scout. Here comes Scout. I know you don't like the drill. I know you don't like the drill. I know. I know. I know. I know. Go. It's okay, buddy. I'll put one on here and get it squared up. I like these little star washers too. Those star washers seem to work better for me than regular split ring lock washers. And the way I figure it is, I can take, in the summertime, I can just take these 2 bolts out and put them back in, and I won't have to deal with this up here on the top of the tank. I need to sharpen my drill bit. Huh, buddy? We need to sharpen the drill bit, huh? This is probably the tank that I like the best out of every one of them that I made. It's very similar to the one out in the cow herd, out at the cows right now. Except for the one out at the cows only has 2 handles on it. And this one here I put 4 handles on. Okay, so that's attached there. I think that's going to work just fine. It's not going to break off if it gets bumped by the cows. So now I got to figure out how to, and technically speaking, this freeze miser does not need to be over top the tank. I just want to catch excess water to help eliminate any type of waste we may have. I'm thinking I almost need to cut a little piece of an angle iron on here, put a bolt down through it here, and then put a clamp down over the top. That's a good question, huh? Oh, the power's flickering. I don't have my generator hooked up. It's not good. Okay, we've got a little square cut out here. It doesn't quite fit in underneath there, so I'm going to cut a little notch right in here. I need to cut this off here another little bit too. If I get that bolted down on there correctly and get it up on there nice and tight, I may not need to. No, I'm not going to need to. Well, maybe. We'll see. I'm going to drill 2 holes in here. I'm using stainless steel nuts and bolts for this. And that's normally what I use. And I'm going to have to put a clamp on that because that's going to pop out of there. I know it is. So we're going to go ahead and drill this out. I think what we're going to do is we're going to use the wire hose clamps like I showed you how to build here. I think that's going to be probably the quickest and easiest way. So I'm going to mark this and we're going to drill holes in the top. Make it look something like that, I guess. Okay, now I'm going to take a piece of wire and my clamp tool. I'm going to get it. This was the last clamp tool that I made. I'll put a link up above to how we made this tool. I have a video on it. I really like this tool. Okay, we need a short piece of wire. Say about that much. Just twist it, just like that. It's on there nice and tight. Yeah, that's on there pretty good. I'm happy with that. Pull the ends down, make it look nice and neat. I'll call that good for that section. Just like that, guys. That will hold on there. You'll be good. You ain't going nowhere. Okay, now what I need is a short chunk of hose from here to here with a male and female end on it. This garden hose here was a high quality garden hose. They're supposed to be whenever I bought it. You can see you kink it. It gets holes in it and it kinks terribly. It's supposed to be one of those kink free types, and it just isn't good. Now we'll continue to use the valve, the needle valve on the valve that's in the tank. I'm just using these junk washers for this. Maybe I should be using the better washers, but I'm just going to use my junk washers that I don't like very well. I want it shooting. I want the freeze miser to shoot towards this outlet. That warm water will help keep this from freezing up. Tighten it down, let off, tighten it down, let off. It helps get that thing tight on there. Just give her a twist, just like that. The wire I'm using for this is silver rod 14 gauge. It's a bendable wire. High tensile wire won't work, or at least I haven't never tried it, so I can't tell you for sure if it works or not. I'm just heating this up a little bit. There we go. I've got it all hooked up here. I think, yeah, we're going to go ahead and insulate this. And I'm sure this step is completely unnecessary. I just want to help conserve energy. This one here, I put a spring on it to keep it from the hose from kinking right at the tank. And this hose has been on this tank all summer long, and it never kinked and leaked. A lot of times, if this little spring isn't on here, I'll replace that, or I'll have to redo the end of the hose at least 3 or 4 times a year. So that's considered a lot of. It's really made a huge difference. there's how I got the freeze miser on there. And I got my frost-proof valve set up there. And this here is my ultimate tank because it's got 4 handles on it. I really like it the way it's set up. So we'll take it out and hook it up out there and see what it does tonight. I think it's supposed to get down around 0, -1, somewhere in that neighborhood. I don't know. Okay guys, move 2 for the cows today. And we're gonna go ahead and get our stock tank set up with the frost miser on it. Freeze miser, I guess they call it. Just wanted to show you the cows there grazing a little bit. We're also going to have to move these windbreaks too. You can see all the manure gathered in front of it. We need to move them either down here or move them up, or just move them straight over. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. Put our minerals out to the cows there. And we're gonna have to move our tank this way because this hose that I have on there now is just too short. Okay, let's turn it on and see what we got. Let me see here, I don't know. That valve might not be able to be turned on. And I don't have my wrenches with me. Okay, let's turn it on and see what we got. See, this is exactly what I had before with the freeze miser. It just wouldn't shut off. I'm gonna go up and move the cows thing, and then we'll be back to look at this. Okay guys, there's the freeze miser. Something you want, I can I'll put a link in the description below where you can get a freeze miser. It's supposed to keep things thawed out, and so there you go. Hopefully you found this video useful. Please subscribe, like, comment, share with a friend, hit that notification bell, and we'll see you on the next video. So long.